Have you ever woken up only to be pulled at once into the whirlpool of messages, emails, social media, and the pressure of the entire world? In the midst of all that noise, you forget a vital truth. What you tell yourself in the morning is the seed you plant for the entire day, and even for your whole life. Each morning is a new beginning, a blank page on which you hold the pen. If you allow the world to write it for you, your life will be guided by noise and the expectations of others. But if you choose to sow the right thoughts into your mind, you will begin to live with reason instead of reaction, with intention instead of surrender. Stoic philosophy reminds us that our greatest power does not lie in controlling external events, but in governing ourselves. And to begin, let us walk through 12 morning reminders that can change the way you live each day. 1. Stop chasing, become the magnet. Many begin their mornings with a sense of lack. They believe the life they want is always just out of reach, and to obtain it, they must keep chasing, keep proving themselves. The truth is, the mindset of chasing comes from the belief that we are not enough, that happiness, opportunity, or recognition all lie outside our control, attainable only through haste and desperate effort. Yet living in that state robs us of calm and inner strength, because we let the world define our worth. Stoicism does not view happiness as a hunt. It teaches that sufficiency is not found in accumulation or indulgence, but in shaping our character and our thoughts. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the soul is dyed by the color of its thoughts. If the mind is always dyed with scarcity, we will live in unease. But when we choose to nurture clear, healthy, and steady thoughts, we become whole, and from that wholeness, what is meant for us will come on its own. To become a magnet is not to sit idle and wait. It is the active process of building yourself into alignment with what you seek. When you choose thoughts, habits, and actions that reflect your better self, you create a natural gravity. People and opportunities are drawn, not because you chase, but because you have become the right piece for them to connect with. This is the power of character, of values, and of direction. This requires patience, because results do not arrive at once. Yet it is precisely patience and steadfast faith that form strength. Each day you choose to live with self-respect, to work from a place of sufficiency, to cultivate pure thoughts. You are laying the foundation for a powerful magnetism. And once you have become that person, there is no need to beg or bargain, for what truly belongs to you will find its way. So each morning, remind yourself, do not waste your strength chasing what may not be yours. Become the person to whom the good naturally comes, for real magnetism is born not from pleading, but from growth and steadfastness within. 2. Discipline is the language, consistency the proof. There is a simple truth many forget. Motivation cannot be trusted. It arrives unannounced, burns bright, and fades quickly like morning mist. If life is driven only by motivation, we will always waver today full of energy, tomorrow weary and resigned. This is why discipline becomes the foundation of all endurance. Discipline is a language you speak to yourself, not through words, but through repeated action that proves you can trust yourself. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that true strength lies not in controlling the external, but in governing the mind. When you act with discipline, you affirm that mastery. You do not wait for perfect conditions, nor let emotion dictate your path. Instead, you choose to act with consistency, regardless of mood or circumstance. This choice transforms you from someone easily swept by change into someone steady, clear on what they want, and firm on the road they walk. Discipline only gains its true value when joined with consistency. A single great act does not create greatness, just as one inspired day does not shape a lifetime. What creates change are the small steps, repeated until they become indispensable habits. This is the clearest proof of perseverance. You continue when no one is watching, when no applause is given, and when no spark of excitement remains. Consistency not only drives progress, it shapes identity. Each time you uphold discipline, you reinforce the belief that you are someone dependable. When discipline becomes your living language, you no longer debate with yourself about whether to act, you simply act. At that point, action becomes natural, and progress becomes inevitable. There will be times when this path makes you misunderstood, called too strict or too obsessed. But Stoicism reminds us that true worth is not measured by external approval, but by inner mastery. When discipline is the language you speak each day, and consistency the proof you leave behind, you will see you need no strength from others, for that strength is already within you. 3. Guard what is sacred: time, energy, peace. There are invisible treasures more precious than any material possession: time, energy, and peace of mind. They are the foundation for clear thought, right action, and a life with direction. Yet, paradoxically, these are the very treasures most easily stolen not by force, but by distraction, pressure, and the invisible demands of the world around us. Each morning, as soon as you open your eyes, the world is ready to claim a part of you. The buzz of messages, the weight of tasks, urgent requests from others, all press for your immediate reaction. Without awareness, you will be pulled into this current and let your day be steered by others' needs instead of your own choices. Repeated long enough, this erodes your sense of mastery, leaving you living as a tool for external demands. The Stoics saw protecting autonomy as the condition for a free life. Epictetus declared that no one is truly free who is not master of himself. Mastery here is not only over emotions and thoughts, but also the ability to guard time, energy, and peace as sacred and inviolable. Each time you say no to the unnecessary, you affirm your right to choose. Each time you choose quiet for reflection, you prove your life is not ruled by the noise of others. To guard what is sacred is not to flee the world, but to set clear boundaries so it cannot impose itself upon you. This is not selfishness, but wisdom and self-respect. A person who protects their energy and stillness holds the strength to give selectively instead of being drained by countless trivial demands. Every morning, remind yourself that time cannot be reclaimed, energy is not infinite, and peace is not to be traded away. These are the foundations that let you think clearly, decide rightly, and nourish a directed life. When you honor these values, others will learn to honor you as well. And within that steady protection, you will find the strength to walk your path unshaken by noise or pressure. 4. Full, yet still moving forward. In life's journey, one common misconception often arises: that we must become perfect, achieve more accomplishments before we can deserve peace and happiness. This belief leaves people feeling perpetually insufficient, convinced their worth depends on what they achieve or on the recognition of others. Yet Stoicism reminds us that value does not come from external results, but resides within us from the moment we exist. Wholeness is not the final reward, but the foundation already present from which growth continues. For this reason, the choice to develop oneself is not to compensate for a lack, but an act of respect and gratitude toward oneself. You do not grow because you are incomplete, but because you are already full and therefore capable of reaching further. The Stoics regarded growth as the soul's natural duty, just as a seed contains life within it, and its blossoming is only the inevitable unfolding. When you see growth as a privilege, you walk more lightly, free from the sense of pressure or the invisible sentence of imperfection. On the other hand, if you stop only in satisfaction with the present, you risk falling into stagnation. Wholeness does not mean halting, but serves as a support to take the next step. The Stoics taught that happiness does not lie in idle indulgence, but in living according to reason and the highest nature of man. This means that even though you are enough, you still choose to grow each day, moving closer to the best version you can become. To achieve this requires a delicate balance, honoring who you are now while steadily moving toward a higher self. Not with insecurity or pressure, but with calm and gratitude. Every scar of past roads, every lesson learned, every small step forward all form part of the worth you hold today. By viewing them with gratitude, you will see clearly that growth does not deny the present. It only expands the possibilities within you. Remember, development is not a burden to prove your worth, but an opportunity to honor yourself. Each day you may choose to move forward, not to chase recognition, but to deepen the essence already within you. You owe the world no proof of your value, but you owe your own soul the chance to become its best version. And that is the harmony between fullness and growth. To know you are enough, yet to keep moving forward. 5. Strength in pressure. There is no road to resilience and courage that does not pass through trials. People often wish for an easy life, yet it is in moments of pressure that our true character is revealed. Stoic philosophy sees difficulty not as an injustice of fate, but as a tool for shaping the soul. When an obstacle appears, it is not proof of failure, but evidence that you are being prepared to become stronger. Pressure may shake you, but it is also the force needed to unlock potential. Just as metal must endure fire and hammer to become steel, we too grow resilient by learning to stand firm against adversity. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the obstacle to action becomes the action itself, and what stands in the way becomes the way. This teaching reminds us that pressure does not diminish your worth. Instead, it provides the very material from which inner strength is formed. What matters is how you receive such trials. If you treat pressure as an enemy, you will only see fatigue and despair. But if you accept it as a natural part of the journey, you will find within it profound lessons and opportunities to forge resilience. Each time you surpass a limit, you advance not only in skill or result, but also in the conviction that you can withstand any storm life brings. Strength under pressure also lies in keeping the mind free from fear's grip. The Stoics believe that while we cannot choose circumstances, we always choose our response. A mind trained in reason will not let fear rule, but will turn pressure into the ground for growth. While others retreat from hardship, you may choose to advance, knowing that no effort made in adversity is ever wasted. In the end, remember that pressure is not a signal to quit, but a reminder you are on the right path. It does not arrive to crush you, but to forge you into someone capable of carrying more. When you face pressure with patience, reason, and trust, you will discover that in the most tense moments, your deepest strength is revealed. From there, pressure ceases to be a burden, becoming instead the foundation on which you stand and shine. 6. Every rejection is a redirection. On the path of seeking opportunity and meaning, rejection is unavoidable. Each closed door often leaves people feeling discarded, as if their worth were unseen. Yet in truth, rejection is not an end, but a redirection. It is like a signpost, reminding you that this road is not yours and that another, more fitting path lies ahead. The Stoics held that suffering does not come from events themselves, but from how we perceive them. If you treat rejection as an insult or failure, it will wound you and halt your steps. But if you see it as natural selection, you will realize the world is only clearing away what is unfit for you to make room for what is right. Refusal does not diminish your worth. It acts as a filter, sparing you from paths that mislead or drain you toward false goals. Each time you hear no, try to see it as protection. For what we desire is not always what is best for us. Rejection keeps you from dead-end paths, from relationships that offer no growth, or from opportunities that scatter you away from your true purpose. Seen this way, rejection does not take from you, but preserves you for what truly belongs to you. What is needed is patience and trust. The right opportunity never comes by begging or forcing a locked door. It appears when you keep moving forward with steady spirit. The Stoics believe that what belongs to you cannot be taken away, and what does not belong to you cannot be kept, no matter how hard you try. Therefore, instead of viewing rejection as failure, see it as arrangement, a necessary step leading you nearer to your true aim. Every rejection is also a reminder that the road is not over. It is not a wall, but a signpost. If you remain persistent, you will see that every no is only a step toward the final yes. And in that very process, your mind grows steadfast, your strength becomes durable, and your trust shines clearer than ever. 7. You are not falling behind. You are preparing. In modern life, the feeling of being left behind seems to haunt everyone. When we look around and see others succeed, reach milestones, or achieve what society deems important, we easily grow insecure, thinking we are slow and inadequate. But the truth is, the idea of falling behind exists only in comparison, not in objective reality. There is no universal race, nor any cosmic clock that measures where you should be at a given time. Each person has their own path, and your pace is unique, never to be judged by the progress of another. Stoic philosophy reminds us that worth is not found in keeping up with the world, but in living true to our nature and reason. This means that if you are in a quiet season where no visible results appear, it does not mean you are failing. On the contrary, it may be a time of preparation, a hidden foundation for growth to come. Just as a seed rests in the soil before it rises into the light, your silence is also an essential part of development. When you rush to match the pace of others, you risk missing the chance to know yourself and losing focus on your true aim. Slowing down is not a warning that you are lost, but an invitation to strengthen your inner life and prepare for the next step. The Stoics believed it is not about walking fast or slow, but about walking in the right direction. What matters is not when you achieve, but that you move with patience and clarity at each step. What seems like delay is, in fact, an opportunity to practice tranquility. When you accept that you are exactly where you need to be, you free yourself from the hidden weight of comparison. Instead, you focus on sharpening skills, nurturing thoughts, and preparing for the moment opportunity arrives. Slowness gives you depth, and that depth becomes the strength to stand firm when the season of growth unfolds. So whenever you feel left behind, remind yourself you are not. You are gathering, preparing, and building the ground on which you will walk with confidence. The patience of today will be the bridge to the achievements of tomorrow. And when that time comes, you will see that every moment of waiting held value, because it made you strong enough to step into the new role of yourself. 8. Befriend uncertainty. Human beings have a natural longing for certainty. We want to know the results beforehand, to walk straight roads, to feel safe when everything is clearly arranged. Yet the reality of life is that no guarantee lasts forever. Every plan may shift, every expectation may break, and uncertainty is always the companion of growth. What matters is not whether you can eliminate uncertainty, but how you face it and walk with it. Stoicism does not teach us to avoid uncertainty, but to accept it as a natural part of life. Marcus Aurelius wrote that what blocks action becomes the action itself, and what stands in the way can become the way. Seen through this lens, uncertainty is not a pit to fear, but a doorway to step through and emerge stronger. Precisely because it is unpredictable, uncertainty offers chances to practice courage, sharpen patience, and open to possibilities that comfort could never reveal. To befriend uncertainty is not to surrender or live recklessly. It means being calm enough to accept that you cannot know everything, yet courageous enough to take each step trusting you can face whatever comes. Instead of demanding certainty, you shift to building inner strength and adaptability. In this way, uncertainty ceases to threaten you and becomes the very ground of growth. It is within uncertainty that we learn to listen more deeply to ourselves. When the outside offers no firm support, you must seek stability within. This is why unclear seasons often reveal your true values. You discover you do not need every answer to move forward. You need only trust your ability to govern your response and the wisdom to choose rightly in each moment. Therefore, do not treat uncertainty as an enemy, walk with it. See each step in the dark as a chance to sharpen vision, each sudden obstacle as an exercise in resilience. When you are calm enough to face it and strong enough to advance, you realize uncertainty does not weaken you, it makes you brave. And in walking with it, you find true freedom, not the freedom of knowing the future, but the freedom of living fully and steadfastly in the present. 9. The inner voice is greater than the noise. The world around us is filled with noise. It comes as commentary, judgment, and expectations repeated so often that we start to believe we must obey. People are easily swayed by these voices, forgetting the most important one, the voice within. Once you let the crowd decide for you, you forget who you are, neglect what you once committed to, and lose the courage to live true to yourself. The Stoics believe that strength must begin from within. You may stand amid 1,000 opinions, but if your inner life is steady, you will not be shaken. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that a man's happiness depends on the quality of his thoughts. This means that no matter how loud the world becomes, if you guard clarity and strength of mind, you preserve peace and direction. But if you let the noise invade, you will live in constant sway and lose yourself. To follow your inner voice does not mean rejecting the world entirely, but learning to discern between core values and passing static. By listening inward, you find a compass that no praise or blame can move. This brings real freedom, for you no longer rely on others' approval to feel worthy. The world's noise often drives us to chase foreign standards, to squeeze ourselves into molds not of our choosing. But true freedom comes when you realize you do not need to shrink to please anyone, nor alter your essence to fit fleeting gazes. Each time you choose your inner voice over the noise, you affirm your strength, and each time you do, you reinforce independence and mental resilience. The greatest danger is not others' noise, but the moment you stop hearing yourself. When you lose connection with your inner life, you grow hollow, endlessly chasing external validation that never satisfies. But when your inner voice grows louder than the static, you gain clarity, steadiness, and confidence in your chosen path. From then on, you will not be lost in the storm of the world, for your lighthouse is within, always clear, always steadfast, and always faithful to who you truly are. 10. Be the author, not the audience. Life is not a play where you merely sit and watch others take the stage and own the light. You were not born to be a spectator of your own journey. Each day is a new page, and the pen is always in your hand. The question is not whether others allow you to write, but whether you have the courage to place the pen down and begin. Living as an audience means you only react, wait, and exist within boundaries others set. Living as an author means you choose, you direct, and you create a story that reflects your true values. The Stoics believe that each life is shaped by the thoughts and actions it nurtures. Marcus Aurelius wrote that happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts, which means if your mind is ruled by fear, doubt, or the need for approval, you will remain on the sidelines. But if you nurture thoughts of clarity, courage, and resolve, you will become the architect of your own life. Then you no longer wait for applause, for you know the worth of the story you are writing. To be the author is to accept that the journey will include mistakes and imperfect chapters. Yet those chapters do not define the whole book. What matters is that you keep writing, keep refining, and keep moving forward. Spectators often stop at flaws, but authors understand mistakes are essential material, giving the story depth and truth. The essence of authorship is to live with intent. You do not drift through life on autopilot, nor allow the external world to carry you without purpose. You live with awareness, with inner control, and with a commitment that each day will be a step forward on the path you design. This is a power no one can take, the power to write your own story. So remind yourself that you are not a spectator waiting for the ending. You are the author, writing each line of the journey. Every morning is a chance to rewrite, every decision a new sentence, every action a chapter completed. When you dare to hold the pen, you realize the future is not an accident, but something created daily through your choices and your courage. 11. The past does not define you. The past often leaves deep marks, sometimes as pride, sometimes as wounds not yet healed. Many carry it like a heavy shadow, believing that mistakes and failures have condemned them to live forever in limitation. But in the Stoic view, no one is bound eternally by what has passed. The past is merely a finished chapter. The present is where the pen still moves. The Stoics taught that human worth lies not in what is gone, but in the power to choose and act in the present. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the obstacle becomes the way. This truth applies not only to present adversity, but also to past mistakes. Instead of seeing them as chains, you can treat them as stepping stones, each making your footing steadier through its lesson. With this perspective, failures no longer haunt you. They fuel you to live with greater purpose. What matters is knowing that each day is a chance to choose again. You are not forced to walk the same path because you once stumbled there. You hold the right to end old cycles and begin a new chapter at any moment. The ability to shape yourself is always in your hands, not in others' judgment or the shadow of your past. The Stoics did not deny what has happened, but they knew the past holds meaning only if used to serve the present and the future. Accepting the past does not mean letting it rule you. It means acknowledging what was, extracting the lesson, then setting it down so you may walk lighter. This choice to release frees you from captivity to unwanted memories. Each time you refuse to let the past define you, you declare that you are greater than mistakes, stronger than pain, and freer than the labels once imposed on you. So see the past as a teacher, not a prison guard. It may leave scars, but scars do not weaken you. They prove that you have lived, learned, and risen again. When you choose to see the past this way, you realize you are not the product of what happened, but the author of what is unfolding. From this moment, you may rewrite the story with reason, self-mastery, and the conviction that your true worth can only be decided by you, here and now. 12. Live as your best self today. Deep down, everyone holds an image of their best self, a person who lives fully with ideals, discipline, and courage. Yet many wait for some distant day, when conditions are right, when confidence is enough, or when certain achievements are reached. Only then will they live as that self. But the truth is, waiting means living only in promise, wasting the present in delay. Stoicism reminds us that our strength lies in this moment, where we may choose how to live and act, regardless of lingering doubts or fears. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that a man is not defined by what he promises to do, but by what he does each day. This means that to be your best self, you need not wait for perfect conditions. You begin today by acting as if you already are that person. Each time you choose integrity over compromise, patience over haste, courage over retreat, you embody that higher self, step by step. Living as your best self does not mean never erring, but knowing that every act shapes your character. Every decision, however small, is a chance to affirm the image you aspire to. Qualities like discipline, steadfastness, kindness, and serenity do not appear by chance. They are forged through countless present choices. By practicing them today, you make them inseparable from who you are. The Stoics saw living as your best self not as arrogance, but as respect for the soul. For when you choose to live that way, you affirm that you are worthy of what is higher, and that life is not to be defined by mediocrity or neglect. It is a commitment to yourself that today will not fade away unnoticed, but will be lived with clarity and purpose. So remember, you do not need a special sign to begin, nor anyone's permission to live as your best self. Today, you may act as the person you wish to become, and in the repeated choice of each day, you discover that you are never waiting to become, you are always becoming, in every decision and every moment lived. Looking back at everything shared, I realize each principle is not just a reminder, but a way of life. What strikes me most is that every change begins from within. The world may be noisy. Challenges may come in succession. Circumstances may not align with our wishes. Yet if the inner life is firm, we can still stand tall and walk our path. For me, what matters most is not keeping pace with others, nor proving worth in their eyes, but preserving awareness, discipline, and trust in my own ability to choose. Stoic philosophy does not hand us empty promises, it offers a mirror, showing us that the power to define ourselves is always in our hands, here and now. If you found these reflections meaningful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future content. Remember, you do not need to wait for another day to live as the person you aspire to be, for this very moment is the starting point. As long as you walk with steadfastness, each passing day can become proof of the strength and beauty of your soul. See you in the next video.